Hey, welcome back to the Country Bees channel. I'm Terrence, and today is January 3rd, 2026, and we are going to talk about winter feeding. We are having a crazy, very unseasonably warm winter here in Idaho, and it is crazy. We'll show you outside here in a minute, but the bees are flying. We have not had our usual snow and cold, but nonetheless, with that warmer weather, our bees are consuming a little more food, and we want to make sure that they've got some extra reserves, so we're going to top them up for the remainder of winter here. So real quick, I'm just going to show you what we're building and putting on for the bees. So we've built some feeder boxes. These are actually just 1x4 lumber, and then we put some 1/2-inch hardware cloth in the bottom to hold the sugar. We can also feed pollen patties, etc. in this. And then we're also going to insulate these. So super easy. Let me show you a full-size one here that we've built. That'll be the insulation we're going to put in the top. But you can see a full-size board here. It's got the hardware cloth on the bottom. We just use a staple gun to staple that in after we cut it to size. The 1/2-inch square's plenty big enough for the bees to climb up and down through, but yet holds whatever we're feeding them. Then inside this, I've just put down a layer of just newspaper, made sure that it covered the whole thing, but just a single layer of newspaper. Some people use tissue paper, again, something just easy that the bees will chew right through. And then in this one, I've got 8 pounds of sugar. So I put it 4 pounds in, and then I just misted it with my little spray bottle here. Then I put another 4 pounds, misted it. It's not rock solid, but it's just a little more solid than it would be. This will also probably absorb a little bit of moisture from the hive until they get up in it. And then the other great part of these boards or boxes, that's why we use the 1x4. This is an 1.5-inch thick foam insulation board. And again, I've just cut this to size. So that gives them a lot of additional insulation right here. And bees are like people, they lose all their heat out the top, right? So this will help keep them warm in winter. So all we're going to do today, we'll show you how as we get out to the bee yard, but we're just going to pop off the covers. I believe we still have an inner cover on most of the hives. We're just going to literally pop that off, set this on. We'll be in and out of those hives real quick, but that'll give them 8 pounds of food. Really should get them through. If we need, we'll kind of keep monitoring as the winter progresses, and we could, real easily with our hive tool, pop this foam out and slide in a fondant or that. Depending on how our winter goes, we could be feeding pollen in February, which would be unheard of for here, but it is just one of those weird winters. So anyway, let's go outside and we will put these on and feed the bees. Okay, here we are out in the bee yard. Look at these bees flying. Can you believe it? I can't. I cannot believe it. This is January the 3rd. Usually we would have, at least a good foot, if not 2 feet of snow. Temperatures would be, in the single digits. This is just crazy weather for us here this time of year. So we've had just an unseasonably warm fall and winter so far, but the bees are taking advantage. It's probably 45 out here today, so it's a little bit cool, but man, they're taking advantage. So let's get in. We're just going to take one of these sugar boards. Again, we're not even going to really look to see how they're doing other than expect to see bees. So as we pop this off, see a few little bees up here. We'll just open them up real gently as we can. The good news is there are some bees up here. They did not finish all their pollen from the fall. So we're going to probably take that off there, but we do see a good little cluster here. But we're going to work real quick. So there's a good little cluster of bees there, but we do not want to bother them any more than they want to be bothered. So looks like they still have a lot of honey in that hive, but nonetheless, we want to put this on just as a good little insurance. And really, that insulation is going to do them a lot of good. So we get that on. We'll pop our lid back on, and that's it. So it's a great way, again, you know, as we need, if we need to come back out here, you know, again, say later in January or sometime in February, if we have a warm snap of a day, all I got to do is lift this lid, you know, pop this insulation. I can just slide a, you know, like a Hive Alive fondant or a fondant of your choice in there. Again, just, you know, emergency food, but, you know, I think this hive looks like it's in pretty good shape as far as quantity of resource. So we'll hope that the rest of them look as good as this one. So thanks for watching with us today. Post any questions you've got. You know, we're just doing our best and love sharing our experience with you. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.